Hi guys, my name is Stranger and just wanted to do something off the cuff today. There are no plans. I just wanted to go through the Boymerang break. I got a number of you guys that asked me to mess with the Boymerang break a while ago and just wanted to have just an in-depth session and just go in on the Boymerang break. Not sure what's going to happen. We'll just roll with it. And then we'll start with a bit of history first because I know a lot of you may not have heard of the Boymerang break. Shouts in the comment if you have heard of the Boymerang break. Shouts out to the legendary producer Boymerang who created this break. He actually made this break from scratch and we'll give you a bit of history on this break. But before we even get started, you should hear the track that this break comes from. So it comes from a track called Soul Beat Runner or Runna by Boymerang. Boymerang, also known, real name Graham Sutton. I wonder what happened to him. He just made this album and then he just disappeared off the planet. I mean, does anyone know what does he do now? What? Come on, he's so talented. Why did he stop making drum and bass? Bring him back, someone. Really? Shit. Dude, this album is crazy. The rest of the album is sick too. But yeah. I love the fact that the 90s are back, as I said, the whole music, not even everything, jungle's coming back, old school hip hop styles are coming back into the production of hip hop, even R&B. As I was saying, 90s fashion is coming back, wide pants, Oakleys. It's dope. Who still has wide pants in their wardrobe? I just got a pair recently. Can't wait to bust them out. I got some background info about this break. So this is really interesting. So someone posted this on Dogs on Acid. No one asked my so this is from Graham Sutton, aka Boymerang. No one asked my permission to sample my Boymerang break from Soul Beat Runner. However, I left a good, clear 2 bars for a reason. I made that break not only for myself, but as a contribution to the scene. I thought maybe someone else might pick it up and run with it. Surely that's what it's all about, isn't it? Isn't that so cool? He deliberately left a section of the break so you could sample it so that he would leave his mark in the scene. That's a G move. That's straight up gangster. And have so much respect for that. And actually, funny enough, a lot of people have first heard this break actually from another track by Dillinger. Actually, that's where I first heard the track, is I heard it on Dillinger's Silverblade. So we can check out Silverblade too. We don't have to listen to the whole thing, but just so you can hear. Yeah, so this guy was asking about the break, how he made it, and then Boymerang replied on rollthebeats.com. Hi James, for the nice words. I'll try and help out. You'll have to throw your mind back to a time before computers were audio manipulators, to when everything was handmade in a hardware sampler, and the computer was merely a MIDI sequencer. Well, that could be debated because at that time I was manipulating samples with the computer, but fair enough. The gear at the time consisted of Atari ST running Cubase EMU E4, 16 outs with a Roland JV 1080 Boss SE50, Mackie SR244, Sony portable DAT, and that was pretty much it. So the EMU 4 was the sampler he used to cut up the break. Atari was used to run the Cubase. The sampler had 16 outputs. He also had a Roland JV 1080, which is pretty much a sample player. It's like a synth, but it plays back samples. I think the Boss SE50, is that a drum machine? I don't know. Let's look it up. Images. Oh, okay. So the Boss SE50, it's a stereo effects processor. I can see there's a delay and reverb on it. Interesting. Okay, so this is Boss SE50. And then he had a Mackie SR, I guess this is the mixer. It's probably a 24 channel mixer. Yeah, well, okay, that's a pretty big board. And then he had a Sony portable DAT. So pretty much all the beast of making this break was a sampler and the JV1080. And then I guess he had some effects and he ran it through the Mackie to make it nice and warm, right? And then he says step 1, he got that original aim and break and played at original speed and hand chopped it up in the E4 up into every constituent hit, including the tiny flams and etc. Okay, fair enough. Step 2, sequence all the fragments, moving the pieces by the tiniest of amounts so they played identically time-wise to the original. Okay, makes sense. So he chopped up the aim and break and then he resequenced it in the Cubase. So pretty much what I do with the Ableton, you chop up the break and then you play it back in MIDI. Okay, and then step 3, using the time references from step 2, replaced all the sounds still at old school original tempo. Only rule was no sound could come from a break that I've heard already used. You can probably spot at least a JV ride in there. Okay, so pretty much what he did was he chopped up the aim and break. He got the groove of the amen, so the MIDI, right? So all the note placements, and then he used that MIDI to create a completely new break by replacing all the hits. So this was the part that blew me away, because this is exactly what I did and I have been doing as well. So it's cool to know that that an OG did this as well. And I've done this in a video a couple weeks back where I took the groove from another break to recreate a completely different break, because then you can take the DNA of like the amen and then apply it to your own drum groove. So that's super dope that he did that. And then step 4, kept engineering different layers of background noise, etc., till it sounded new but old. Kept engineering different layers of background noise till it sounded new. Okay. So it sounds like he added maybe layers of ambience or I guess noise to make it more analog, I guess. Then step 5, resampled the whole break to DAT. Then that's a digital audio tape for anyone that's wondering. Then dumped it back to the E4. So after he resequenced the break, changed all the hits, he sampled it back into a sampler. And then step 6, replay back at drum and bass speed. So that speeds it up. Maybe he pitched it up or something to check for tone and vibe. Usually this would involve going back to step 3. Okay, step 3 would be going back. Okay. So he would bring it up to DMB speed. Maybe he'd pitch it up and whatnot and make any adjustments if necessary to get it right. And then step 7, he would just chop it up and then use it as a new break. That's super cool. Then, it sounds like an easy operation written like that, but honestly, it was effing time consuming. Probably took a week or 2 till I was happy. I was so happy when I started hearing others using it, starting with Dillinja's Silver Blade, as I'd left a couple of free bars of just a break in the track so it could be grabbed. Hope that's some help, Chuck. G. That's super cool. I love it when OGs just come in, because typically the OGs I find tend to be a bit reclusive or evasive. They don't really come out and reveal their secrets, but it's really cool that he came out and revealed it. I think that just makes him more of a G just by coming out with that. So shouts out to Boymerang for the knowledge. Big up. And yeah, man, just this is one of my favorite breaks, and today's video is completely dedicating to Boymerang and his classic break. Shouts out to Graham Sutton. So actually, I've pulled in the break into Ableton so we can mess around with it. First and foremost, let's explore the break. Got a double kick there. Snare. So this snare and this snare, this one sounds a bit rougher. I love when there's an abundance of shuffles, like these little hi-hats. Those are super useful. What if we like make it halftime like this? minimal break. That sounds like a cool idea. So let's try that. Let's do a dum dum. Shouts out to my buddy Jesta. He has a dope new mix on Everyday Junglist. Check it out on SoundCloud. Sick tunes on that mix. Hey, just a quick message. If you like what I do and you want to support my channel, it'd be awesome if you picked up one of my products down in the link below. I have a number of Ableton production kits for jungle, liquid, and rollers, drum and bass, which allows you to create tracks in minutes. Also, I have the popular gnarly Siren preset pack and Wubs and Wobbles for Vital, which gives you access to the nastiest in bass sounds. But if you're not ready to buy yet, you can grab my free sample pack or my free Siren preset pack. You can find these all down in the links below. Appreciate your support. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Dum 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 dum. Dum dum bum 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 bum. Let's duplicate this and then add an extra note at the end so we have some variation. Alright, let's add some saturation or distortion to this 808. My recent go-to, Rift. Shouts out to the crew at Rift, at Minimal Audio actually. Really beautifully designed plugin. So recently just went in on this Distortion plugin a little more and really started to appreciate the elegant design in the way the algorithm is built. You got to really listen carefully to what it's doing to the sound, which each of these wave shape knobs. Why is it not playing? Yeah, these ones are sick. There's noise embedded. So sick. And then, okay, so we have this. I gotta turn this off for now so I can hear the other side. And then dial it in, right? So then we can dial it back. Oh yeah, I love that crunch. What happens if we filter it? and then bring the mix back. Look at just a little bit, 25%, just so you get a bit of that gnarliness. That sounds dope. The break is so loud you barely hear the distortion. Da, da, da. Let's put it here. By the way, the headphones I'm using today, I love these guys. This is a little short message for my partners, but I love these guys. These are the III TMA Wireless Plus. So they're connected to a wireless receiver that is connected to my audio card. So the sound runs into that receiver over here, right? And then it sends the signal to these headphones. Now, the key thing about these is it's not Bluetooth. It's their own proprietary technology. They just call it Wireless Plus, but apparently it's a lot more stable compared to Bluetooth. So there's less latency. It's almost instantaneous, and you never get dropout. So it's perfect for producers. This is, I think, the very first producer wireless headphone, like wireless headphones that you can actually produce on and like play music on, because like there's like super short latency. I think it's like 10 milliseconds or something. So full disclosure, I'm partner with them, but even if we weren't, I would pick them up because they sound great. They sound nice and warm. They're super comfortable. I love these like almost velvety kind of cushions. They feel super comfortable. They sound warm, and just being able to work wirelessly in the studio and dance in the studio with your headphones, that's like a game changer. So, I mean, check them out if you're interested. It's III TMA Wireless Plus. I actually have a link. I don't have the link right now, but if you buy it with the code STRANGER, you'll get a free hard case. So check it out. Yeah, just thought I'd plug that in there. But yeah, love these headphones. Back to the track. Yeah, promo code is STRANGER, but what you get is a free hard case. Okay, that's better. Let's add an EQ to that bass. Here's a really cool plugin that I've really enjoyed using recently too. I know I'm showing a lot of plugins today. This one is not, I'm not sponsored by them, but darn, it's expired. As you can see, I just have the free version here, but let's just continue. Soothe. This is super handy in the mix. Like when I used this on a track recently, it blew my mind because it saves so much work, because it helps you identify resonant frequencies that are kind of like piercing or annoying, and it helps you quickly identify and remove it. Check this. I'm gonna isolate the 808. We'll do it to the break too, because there's some resonant. Actually, let's do it to the break first, because it'll be a little more noticeable. So this tool is so cool. Let's go here. Yeah, so, okay, let's see. So if you click on Delta here, it'll show you the frequencies that it's working on and that it's actually removing or attenuating. Right. So those are the resonant frequencies it's trying to control, right? But then you have all these nodes, so you can specify particularly. Maybe this one's a little more, right? So you can, yeah, maybe this one's a bit annoying, so you want to bring up the sensitivity so that the higher this is, the more control, right? And then this big knob is the overall control of the attenuation, right? right? So you can bypass it. You need to listen really carefully, but listen to those rides. It really tames that really ding, 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 ding on that ride. Again, I think this is more like partly it's technical, like it's controlling the mix, but part of it is a creative option too, because you may want to keep those rides resonant sounding to make it sound clangy. But if you want it a little more muted, then you can control it, right? This thing is so useful. And now with those resonant frequencies controlled, now we can hear the distortion of the 808 better because there's less frequencies in the Boymerang clashing with that 808. So that opens up the mix. For me, making music is about experimenting. So experimentation is what creates inspiration. Oh yeah, been using these atmospherics from Unison Audio's Beatmaker Blueprint Pack. There's a really nice folder of atmospherics here. Doom doom. I need another note. Dun 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 dun. You need that dun dun dun. Need that funk. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Oh, yeah, we're getting close. Has to be. Yeah, there we go. That funk. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, there we go. That's the vibe. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Someone said Tramen. Okay. Do I have the Tramen anywhere? Do I have it cut up though? Tell me I have it cut up. Duplicate that. This Tramen is a bit dirty. It's not hitting. Alarm Siren. I don't. There's so many. I that do. Try a wheel and deal license to play this. Yeah, just download. You can sample it off Wheel and Deal. What's the record? Wheel and Deal license to play this, I think. So we can put 2 layers. low. Wait. High. Low would be over here. 110. High would be like this. 110. Pull these guys over into this guy here. So now the sub is clean. And now we can do cool things like automating the filter on this 808. Do-do-do. What we could do is we could freeze the Boymerang track and then put it into an audio track, and we can do funky stuff with it. Create another audio track, pull this guy here, and let's time stretch it. See what happens. It's a bit too long. You like it hitting hard first? Sure. Gotta fix that. Just turn the filter around. Copy this guy. Move it here. Let's do that again. Someone keeps saying reverse, reverse, reverse. Banger, banger, banger. It's time to do a dance. I think it's dancey. Yeah, it's got the seal of dance approval. Yeah. I like the vibe of this. It's got a groove and it's got some change ups. I liked all the input we had. And I was about to end the show before I did this. I'm glad I stuck around and took some audience input. It's always nice when that happens. I don't know what I'm going to do for the intro. We'll have to wait for another day. I think that's all I got for tonight. Just a little banger. Yeah, acknowledge how great Boymerang was. Excellent album. I'll try Split EQ. Thanks for the input, guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to go through the Boymerang break. Once again, shouts out to Graham Sutton, the inventor of this break. Massive break. Massive contribution to jungle music. Yeah, other than that, thank you for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Oops, peace.